Hi guys, we're gonna do a collective tarot reading, general energies. I'm not gonna mention astrological signs. I'm gonna pull the cards from like 5 or 6 decks. I hope you're doing well. If you want to ask a question, you can do so in the chat area. Whatever. I don't know how to speak. But, so I do distance healing and psychic healing for clients over video chat or in person if you're in Montreal. And yeah, I've been doing that for 20 years. And yeah, it's really interesting, and every session is different, and it's very rewarding work. Okay. Yeah, so the purpose of my tarot readings here is to share with you like my ideas, and hopefully I can bring peace to your day in some way. And yeah, answering your specific question can hopefully help you too. This is such an interesting time of rapid change. And even though there's forced isolation, there's also like incredible connectivity too. So it's like an interesting time unlike any other in history. So like I think if we can put our like rose-colored glasses on, like it kind of helps this time be more productive. Yeah, so I think it's nice to spend some time with you every day, and yeah, and it's nice to get your feedback. Like, because when I raised my eyebrow when I said it's nice to spend some time with you, it's like, especially when like it's not totally silent in the chat room and stuff. Okay. Even if you don't say a bunch of stuff, like you can just throw up an emoji just to be like, hi. That's nice. I don't like collect, usually the chat like disappears after the session, so I won't be like collecting names or anything. You know, if you want to check in, you check in, that's it. Like, and if you want to contact me, you can do so. There's information in the thing below. Okay, maybe this guy. And it's good, the shuffling's happening like really quickly. I don't know if it's because like when I start talking, I get like a runny nose, or if it's channeling that brings it on, because it doesn't always happen just in my regular day. But for some reason, when I do tarot readings, I don't know why. Okay. And then I guess it's like the energy flow, something like that. Okay, I just have a couple more decks and we're good. This guy. I'm doing Mother Peace, Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Hermetic Tarot, the Golden Universal Tarot, the Rumi deck, Well-Being cards from Esther Hicks, and Jerry Hicks, I should say, too, and Ascended Master of the Three Virtue, Mother Peace, And Rider-Waite. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh. This card is really talkative. Okay. And then wow. Okay. Yeah, the energy's like really like contemplative and confident. Like, and I feel like communication between the masculine and feminine energies are so close, like literally get butterflies. It's like intense. It feels like solid, like real. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, just the Rumi deck, and I think we're good. Yeah, it's like the feeling you get like right before you get married and stuff. I did that one time. It's like, am I gonna do this? Am I gonna commit to this? But it's like exciting and unknown. That's really cool. I like that. I mean, why are we here unless we're meant to create something beautiful and trust ourselves? Like, if our intuition's working, then it's like we follow that. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Maybe that's it for this deck. And the well-being cards and work. That's it. I want to research like what other decks are out there. Okay. And also, like, I like the unusual decks like this where they're just helpful words. They're not necessarily built on the tarot system. It's all good. Okay. All right, now we're going to start. Oh, there's people talking. Hi. Yeah, you can ask a question. Good morning, David. Yeah, sorry, Laura. I didn't see that because like I can't read without my glasses on. Okay, so we have the impossible made possible. Yeah, so it's like what seemed to be kind of fuzzy before and just like little inklings of what you wanted to do. Now you're like launching it into reality of the bravery. Like it's become solid in your like subconscious and conscious state to the point where it's like it's all in. Like we're doing this. We're launching our new world. I guess this looks like Earth if you look closely. So the universe, like birth to Earth. And like if we're a small version of the universe, then we're birthing worlds too in our own way. And when we put all our energy into like the kind of experience we want, not necessarily, I don't necessarily work with like what they talk about in The Secret necessarily, where you're super detailed about what you want to bring in. I like to leave it a bit open to the universe to fine tune because I don't assume that I know everything. Like I can dream, but I think the universe can dream bigger for me, bigger and better. So I like to leave it a little bit vague, but like that general feeling of like happiness and joy and creativity and fulfillment. Anyway, so you're committing yourself to this, what you want to have, and it's becoming real now. It's not just an idea floating around, like you're all in, which is really cool. Then we have the foolish man. The fool. Okay, how do you look today? It's interesting, like I'm noticing like how the bag of stuff that they brought is just like he put it down. So it means like he found maybe what he was looking for, or he feels settled enough in this new situation to like start living here. And yeah, sure, maybe he's like living on a cliff's edge and he doesn't know like what's next. And there's some like scary voices saying like, why are you doing this? Like, isn't it too like different emotionally? Like, why do you want to feel so much? And why do you want to, like, you know, the naysayers freaking out around this decision? But like, look how confident the masculine is now, just being like authentic and having vision and looking past the naysayers who are freaking out. And he's like tamed his like inner beast, like his more you know, animalistic side, to the point where it's like I can use that when I need to, but I can also just be calm and centered and balanced and go through life making good choices that can sometimes be fun and wild, but like in general, I know where I'm going. I trust myself. I trust my intuition. I'm going to make like beautiful things grow by my own hand. Like I'm making it happen by my choices and what I choose to like, you know, what you reap, you sow kind of thing. And there might be some people's like emotions trying to like get up in his face. Like see how this wave is like really high getting up there. But you're just standing tall in the sunlight going like, you know, people talk, people, you know, people that want to harness my energy and my love, like are going to be mad because maybe I used to give them that and I'm not doing it anymore. But I'm just, all I have to do, my main number one job is being me, enjoying being me and like making the life that I want to make, not necessarily like following the waves and the, you know, the intimidation of different people. That's not really satisfying. It's like full of turmoil and like over drama kind of stuff, when the purpose is like to connect with source, stand in your like self-love and create like what you actually want to create in this space of human kind of chaos and comings and goings, like without it letting you like get off track or distracted or, you know, in some kind of tunnel vision type of thing. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, because, okay. Yeah, so it looks like the masculine has a choice between two, or like let's say he's standing in his power now and he put his sack down and there's stuff going on. Like I would say that the Queen of Cups is like the person he would be leaving, like someone who's like very emotional, like to the point of overkill. Yeah, they're like loving, like in a way, but in a, you could say like controlling way, and it makes them kind of run themselves ragged a bit. Like the Queen of Cups is different than the Empress. Like the Empress has it all together, and the Queen of Cups is like, you know, there's going to be some drama in this relationship. And like, it doesn't diminish, like maybe she's beautiful or compelling or, you know, desirable to everyone in some way. But it's like this type of energy where you're running yourself ragged emotionally is freaking exhausting. Like, oh my goodness. Because it's like anyone can be like charming or beautiful, but it's like, can you live with them? You know, the like comfort matters, right? And so we also have the High Priestess as another option. So they might not seem as like passionate, let's say, but they've learned to balance their energies and understand like the universe and where they fit in it. And it's kind of like if you're going to choose roommates, like let's say you're not dating them and you're trying to pick between two roommates to have, like, do you want to live with that or this? Like, personally, I would choose that. Like if I was casting actors for a play or something, I might work with this because there's guaranteed drama and there's like a time and a place for that, and there's value in that, like, but like day-to-day living. Anyway, so this was his environment where it's like, I'm cute, they're cute, like she's passionate, and I'm like running around, you know, like that was the scene. But then he's just like, I think I know what I want now. I think I'm pretty settled, and what I want is somebody who's also really grounded in her power, like the masculine energy to be like, I mean, I'm not like, it's not my like field of study, you know, like masculine energy through history or whatever, but like from my own experience, there seems to be like a need to, and this could be in any gender, like the desire to wander, the desire to conquer, that's, you know, curiosity, like you have to give like masculine energy some freedom and space so that they feel that they can still explore. And that doesn't mean cheat on you. It just means like their curiosity has to go somewhere, you know, that's good for them to make them grow and feel like alive, you know. And in this case, we have a feminine energy who loves to think about like the universe and be grounded and, you know, work with those energies and sit in that, on that throne of power. And we have a masculine who's curious and adventurous, and these two can like get along, you know, if they understand each other. And yeah. So right now, because of the way I'm just holding the cards, it's like she's looking away and he's looking at her. So she might have like to some degree like given up on him because he was like running around like doing this all the time, like dealing with someone who's like, look at me, like what are you doing, like I love you, like you're ruining my life, like my dress is torn, like what do you, you know, very informative about the drama, high fashion guy. And yeah, so she may have kind of like just like, I'm just gonna focus on me right now and doing this. And he's like really intrigued, going like, I wasn't noticing you before, but this sort of quiet power now is like very compelling because it's such a contrast to like the exhausting drama of the other feminine energy that we're dealing with. So now he's like, okay, I'm gonna put my bag down and I'm gonna like let people freak out if they want to around my choice, but this is where I'm standing. Deal with it. I'm gonna choose someone who's maybe like a little more powerful than people are used to me picking. Maybe they're like more wise than my usual type, but I'm ready for that because I've become more wise in myself too, and I'm able to stand up to these, to the naysayers, like the people around me. You know, I'm allowed to change. You know? Okay, so then we have, I practice the science of deliberate creation. Giving thought to anything is creation. Giving deliberate thought to anything is a deliberate creation. So you can spend 2 hours of your day just freaking out and stressing over stuff, or you can kind of generate this battery of optimism that you don't even know where you're going to put to use, but you at least have it. Because if you're spending your day making a freak out battery, then that freak out will, whenever you connect with something and touch it, it's just gonna like all that, you're gonna throw all that negative energy at like whoever it is, or the like, work situation or a project, whatever. But it's like fill yourself up with optimism so that when you connect with people or a situation, like that's what flows. That's the only information that could flow because that's what you deliberately created. So you have to be kind of like in the word deliberate, it's like choosing where to put your consciousness, like, so you don't have to know all the answers of what's going to happen in the day, but you're like, I know that my day is going to be good. You know, failure is just like a valuable learning experience. And it's just as valuable as like winning, you know, like winning and failure are on the same spectrum of an activity, you know, so they're both of value, you know, and so don't freak out over that polarity. So it's just like, just enjoy learning more about yourself and your, you know, supposed like limitations, and then ask yourself, like, why am I holding myself in this frequency of like resentment or lack when I could be putting all my energy into like appreciating how far I've come, the little things that like keep me going from day to day. Like those are significant. Like if you imagine having like total silence and like zero contact with people, just super crickets, you know, you still have source energy. Like there's still this like spiritual world that opens right up and fills you up. Like there's never a lack like in this life. And yeah, any amount of space out time that I had in the quiet 70s and 80s like gave like extreme dividends of like the spiritual contact. Like I don't know if like in I don't know if I grew up today, if I would have that time like to do that kind of connection. But in another way that I experienced it was once I used to go to art school in Victoria, British Columbia, and I would like drive back and forth from Toronto by myself, and just like having all that like luxurious time just for my own thoughts was like amazing, you know. And when you're doing an activity like driving, or you know, let's say you're like fixing a deck or something, like your body's like occupied enough that you're not like really focusing on it, like, and you can just start having these like downloads and stuff. So just don't see lack in your life. It's like if there's silence, then it's an opportunity to connect spiritually. If there's people around, then it's like, okay, how am I relating to them, and how is it like, do I want to fine tune who I am in this life? Like it's totally flexible, and you can have a different life from like one day to the next based on where you focus your intention. Okay, and then we have the universe knows me and the universe adores me. If you will allow it, you will feel the love that flows to you and through you. You're always seen, always understood, and always loved.